Hey everybody, it's Brianna. It is Vlogtober. Dang it, I keep messing up. Hold on, let me close some windows. I should have done this before I even started recording, but you know how it goes. Okay, or maybe you don't know how it goes because you don't vlog. I'm just assuming things about you that I actually don't know. So, today I want to talk to you guys about, okay, don't think that my house is a total mess, even though it is in some parts. My son and I were painting, like, on the floor, not painting on the floor, but we were painting and using newspaper as to protect the tile, and I didn't pick it up right after we were done. Do you ever, as a parent, sometimes do things that you tell your children not to do? You pick that up as soon as you're done playing with it, and I did not pick that up as soon as we were done playing with it. Whatever. Okay, I gotta take off my glasses because of the glare. Um, Today I want to talk to you guys about learning how to walk, maybe even run. Um, You guys know how to walk, right? Okay, most of us do. If you are 3 years or younger, you should not be watching YouTube. So, I want to talk to you about learning how to walk in a healthy lifestyle. The issue is that most of us, when we start trying to change, attempting to change, we forget that this is totally new for us. For a lot of us, this is totally new. We may remember a time like in high school or before marriage or some other time in our life that we may or may not have been healthy. I was not one of those people. I had never been healthy ever, like since second or third grade. Um, I have photographic evidence, so don't even like call me out on it. So I didn't know how to live a healthy lifestyle. I heard about it. I kind of knew what I was supposed to do. I knew people that seemed to be healthy and have balance in their life. But I didn't know what that would mean for me, what that what that felt for me, what it looked like for me, what the day in and day out was going to be. So here's the thing. I talked the other day about guilt and shame not being a good, long-lasting motivator for change. So here's kind of where I'm going to let you off the hook and explain to you why you have to get okay with the fact that you're not going to be perfect at this. You have to just kind of make peace with the fact that you're going to mess up sometimes. And here's why. Now that piece of paper is really bothering me. There's another video that I need to do about focus. So since I focused in on this, now I can't stop thinking about it. Kind of like when you tell yourself, I'm not going to eat that, I'm not going to eat that, I'm not going to eat that, that's not my decision, that's not going to move me forward. But then you're just thinking about it and talking about it, and you just can't get it out of your mind. I feel like I might have to stop recording and go pick that up. No, I will be strong. Focusing on you guys. So, those of you that don't have kids, it's fine because, I don't know, like Google babies falling on their butt, or I don't even know what that would bring up, but here's the point. You are learning how to walk a new way. You are basically learning how to walk in a healthy lifestyle. So, I think about my little baby Gabriel. He is 6 months old, and he is barely learning how to he's starting to kind of think about crawling. But if he came out walking as soon as he was born, that would be kind of weird. And one, totally unrealistic. And two, I would try and probably put that on YouTube at some point if that were to happen. But it doesn't happen because changes in our life are made incrementally. They are not overnight. It may seem overnight. So when I tell somebody that I lost 100 pounds in a little less than a year, they think that that's, oh my god, that's so fast. But if you look at the average, it's, about 2 pounds a week, which is still a great average, still awesome, don't get me wrong. But it didn't happen overnight, guys. It's not like from one day to the next. I was a size 20, 22, and then the next day I was a 6. Ta-da! It doesn't happen that way. And we kind of expect that when we start trying to be healthier, that everything just needs to get on board with that, right? Our bodies need to get on board with that. We don't want it to look like it ever went through something or that we used to be heavy. Um, our mindset needs to get on board with that. I don't understand. Like, why am I thinking like this? Because you've been thinking that way for a long time. It takes time, you guys. It's a process. So I just want to take some pressure off of you. I'm not giving you permission to, like, just do whatever, you know, like, to just abandon your dreams and, like, abandon your goals. But what I'm trying to do is to, one, like, get you to stop being so hard on yourself. And two, just know that this is a process. You're not going to, like, wake up one day and, like, oh, wow. It's a process. Time will pass. You will get stronger. So first you're going to learn how to kind of crawl, right? And we have the system and we have the plan in place for that. We have a great eating program. And then we also have the Habits of Health, which comes in to fill in the gap so that once you go from crawling to actually kind of toddling, like, okay, you know, I'm starting to walk out this healthy lifestyle. I'm going to fall a few times, okay, because anybody that's watched a kid learn how to walk, they are going to fall down. I mean, it just happens. They fall on their butt. It's super cute. Everybody has a laugh, and then we move on. What we don't do to our children or people that we know or children that we know, you know, for those of you that don't have kids yet or don't have children, we don't go and, like, berate that child for not figuring it out on the first try, right? Like, we don't have this unrealistic expectation of the kid that they would just, like, figure it out, and once they decided to walk, that it would magically just happen for them on the first try. Again, if that were to happen, I would totally put it on YouTube and we'd be on Good Morning America or, like, I don't know, I mean, it would just be a wonderment of amazingness if a kid just decided to walk, and because they made that decision, they just walked and they never fell. I'm not telling you not to make the decision to get healthy. I'm saying once you make that decision, just be okay if you stumble a little bit along the way, okay? Remember, you're like toddler status. Then you're going to get to the point where you are walking confidently, no big deal, no problem, and every once in a while you just kind of catch your toe in the sidewalk and you're just like, oh, what was that? You know, like you just kind of trip up a little bit. And then you may feel like you really get to the point where you are confident, you are rocking it, you are running in your healthy lifestyle, like nothing can stop you. You're going to have different stages of your journey, different times that you're more confident than others, and that's totally normal. What I want you to know is that learning something new and changing your life is a process. It takes time and it takes steps to do that. What better way to kind of embrace all of that than to have somebody that's cheering you on along the way and that knows what's kind of going to come down the road. I've helped a lot of people go from kind of crawling to toddling to walking to running. And it's a great thing to watch. And even myself, I've experienced that. It's not something that happens overnight. You can make great change in a short amount of time. Just to give you an idea, I'll just give you my own personal example. And this is not like braggy, but I'm gonna share it for that reason. I was a college dude. Hey, Noah. I was a college dropout. So I went to school with a big chip on my shoulder, and I just, you know, I did well for the first couple of semesters, and then I burned out from working and going to school. And when they put me on academic probation, the University of Texas at Austin gave me the option to stay and keep trying or to give up. And I gave up. And I walked away. I walked away from my education and just entered the workforce. I started working as a bank teller. I used to be a bank teller supervisor. Can you guys imagine that? That's kind of weird, right? Like if you went to Wells Fargo or your local credit union, that I'm like your person. Anyway. Over time, after I moved to California, I became a reporter. I really wanted to finish this thing. I wanted to finish my bachelor's degree, and it was really kind of heavy on me, very much the same way that, like, my weight. I always kind of went back to that one thing that I never finished. And so my bachelor's degree was like that for me. And so I went from failing GPA to graduating my bachelor's with honors. And in the process of 5 years, I went from failing GPA, you know, college dropout, which is like totally fine. If you're still a college dropout, like, hey, that's not what this is about. I'm just giving you an example, okay? I just encourage people to get their education for education's sake, not because I think it moves you to a different status. It's just for the purpose of personal development. Anyway, that's a whole different topic. I went from dropout, failing GPA, to graduating bachelor's with honors, to going on to grad school and finishing my master's in the period of 5 years, which doesn't sound like that long of a period of time, to me anyway. So to make such a monumental change, but you know what? There were baby steps in between, right? I had to go to class, I had to take exams, I had to do the readings, I had to write the papers. I mean, there was a lot. I could probably add up. I probably wrote over 1,000 pages worth of papers in that time. So if I told you that, it would sound super overwhelming, right? And it would sound like, oh, yeah, I can't do that. Oh, by the way, I commuted to grad school both ways over the hill to San Diego. So that would sound really overwhelming, right? And you would be like, I don't want to have any part of that. But you just take it one semester at a time, one thing at a time. You cannot write your thesis before you are done with your coursework. Like, you just can't. I mean, you could just have it on the back burner, but it's not going to work. It's not going to serve its purpose. So anyway, I just want you to know that it's a process, and if you can just embrace a healthier lifestyle, whatever that looks like for you, whatever program you're using, you know, I love the program that I'm on. I love the program that I coach for. That's what I believe in. That's what worked for me. I also support anybody else in their own health endeavors, regardless of what tools they're using to do that. Except like stimulants, guys. Don't do like the stuff, okay? Caffeine is like enough. Like, don't do all the crazy stuff. I've done all that stuff too. It doesn't work. Eventually you will learn how to walk, and you will learn how to walk confidently, and you will be able to own it. And eventually you may even learn how to run. And what better way than to celebrate that by reaching out a hand and helping someone that's kind of stumbled along the way. So that's one of the joys that I get in helping other people, and it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my entire life. And it's you know, the way that we talk to ourselves needs to be as kind of thought-provoking and as kind and as encouraging as it would be if we were helping somebody else kind of get up from stumbling. So just know that just because you fall down doesn't mean that you won't ever learn how to walk. You just don't want to spend a lot of time on the ground, kind of just going over everything that just went wrong. If you stumble over your own feet, sometimes it happens to the best of us, guys. Like those of us with really great intentions, those of us that have even had really great success, like myself. Sometimes we stumble over our own feet. It's the same stuff. So it's just really important just to not get stuck there, and to know that even if you stumble a little bit while you're learning how to walk, just know that you could eventually run. You could really rock a healthy lifestyle. It's not out of reach for you. And, sometimes you just need that support. You just need that encouragement. You need somebody on the sidelines to cheer you on. So anyway, that's my spiel for today. I've been meaning to do this video for a long time, so I'm excited that I got it done. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.